into Syndra here gives you a lot more power than a lot of mid laners are going to have against Syndra right now, so she loses some extra prio here. At least becomes an insane threat in all 3 lanes actually here for D plus Kia with this Jace flex mid.
Exactly right, plus there is so much pick potential on the side of D plus Kia as well. Let's get onto the Rift and see how Nongshim do against this crazy composition. Wow, that snowball to begin early. I kind of like the idea. It's a bit of a dash there as Deft gets exhausted. Vital taken down very, very low as Deft is just going to walk it out. They'll take the Summoner Spell advantage, or at least the evening out of the Summoner Spells, given the fact that Teleport isn't really going to help you in a battle. As now Sylvie is just going to walk towards Dundun.
This is what's going to happen to this Sejuani, you know, in this game. Is just going to always have to shadow these lanes, but you can't shadow all 3. You have to figure out where Canyon is, and you lose.
And with the ward going into the brush, not able to put it over the wall, so not going to have to worry about it too much, as Showmaker was the last one to play the mid Jace. It was him and Chovy that have been the most likely to pick it up. Yeah, exactly right. Well, Canna is going to set this one up. Oh, the Cocoon will connect! The Q comes down as well, as now Dundun going to be able to escape. They'll accept just the flash. Canyon could have gone aggressive there with the repel, but decides not to. And they'll settle just for collecting some plates from this turret. Really cute. Def just checking the Gromp there, making sure that Canyon's not getting counter juggled. Oh my goodness, he reads it! Def gonna get caught out. Hells have to flash, but there's the flash to follow up the culling to try and get this one. But first blood goes to Zeri. But it doesn't necessarily get that much better all that quickly, as that Shock Blast is gonna connect. Sylvie might just be baiting here though, as Showmaker gonna have to boop him away and does so. And now is able to turn it around once again. Shock Blast at the ready. And yeah, Showmaker needs to use absolutely nothing in order to make that one happen. And Anna, yeah. And this is also after being first blooded as well. This isn't like they've managed to outhands their opposition necessarily this game, pick up a bunch of kills. This has been purely macro sense being better, as Callan's going to get caught once again. Def doing his best to try and lock down the Sejuani, but he's so tanky. Vital throws through the ultimate. Callan's very dead, and now Showmaker's making his way down. Def trying to fight back, but he's going low. Shock Blast comes in. Showmaker completely out of mana as Canyon flashes. Peter is going to soak it beautifully, but it might be his death, and it is going to be so. Canyon does make his way out, the minion wave there at exactly the right time, and they trade supports in the bottom lane. Really is important, and Nongshim are doing a decent job right now as Dundun sweeps out, notices that there's a crocodile there, and now Def's going to move in. They're going to look to lock him down as, yep, W not going to be enough.
Without
Def grabbing the kill.
Without knowing whether Deft is there or not, it's so difficult for Dundun to actually move in, and with that vision control, they know he's there. The second Deft reappears, who, again, doesn't use his teleport, just slowly walks back here after picking up the RFC.
Going to be really difficult to stop this dragon from going.
Baron attempted trade here where there's control ward vision is just not going to work, but this is the level of desperation that Nongshim have right now where they're like, we can't just give this up. The turret is at 3/4 health. We can't cross map or anything. It's going to force a TP, but they're not going to get much else.
Dear. Oh my goodness! He flashed in and the teleport is just completely destroyed.
I stand corrected.
Oh no, that is not what you want. He just completed an Infinity Edge. As now Canner is trying to get this one done. Cole the Meat comes through. Would have loved to stopwatch at that point in time, but it's not going to work out. The Drake does go over to D plus Kia, but that was a big mistake.
Yeah, that was a greedy TP from Deft, and I was going to say they get a TP, but nothing else. I thought we're going to see Nongshim back away. Okay, Fiesta, bye.
He's dead. Showmaker just, yep, that's a boot for the kill.
One of these two tier stacking mid laners is more powerful than the other right now. A little bit late on the reaction, but they're side laning super hard with Dundun. He has TP.
Is it just dead? That was a tidal wave, just for fun, as they didn't have full vision. At least the Glacial Prison is going to come through, but now the turn might be upon them. Canna just moving his way around and decides just wants to get out. And D plus Kia, they'll just complete the heist. And now, with the Baron perfectly moving towards Elder timing.
And doesn't get that gold top side, or rather bottom side. Okay.
That scat of the week was very nice, but I just don't know whether it's going to matter. Okay,
never
mind! Fiesta just flashes on top of him and presses the gameplay button!
The madman! Fiesta!
Voltar Spiderling just to spot out Fiesta here as Sylvie finds the Glacial Prison off to the side. Showmaker's going to go golden as now Canna just flashes in. They jump on top of Vital, who explodes with the ultimate, but explodes into the Death Chamber as well. Deft now running away from Dundun, but he's so incredibly fast. And he'll blast cone. He's out of there. He's absolutely fine. And the War Machine that is D plus Kia will mow down Nongshim. Triple kill for Canyon. That's the ace. And they might just run down mid lane.
Looks like they certainly will. So a inner turret standing in their way, but it is going to fade very quickly as Deft is setting up the side down here. Kind of a backup plan potentially, but guess what? He's got TP actually. The call is come mid actually. We're going to win the game now. There's no like, okay, what if we can't end? At least we have bottom pushing. Nope, just going to TP in, and the call is to end no matter what. Connor's like, I still have my GA, it didn't pop. There's no way we lose this game. It's 31 minutes. GG.
Yeah, that's it. And D plus Kia, it wasn't as clean as some of their other games.
No. Be willing to actually try to play that tempo-based game because we're not seeing that from Nongshim at all, and I think it's time to try it out because if you're trying to go toe-to-toe with the most snowbally team in a snowbally meta with a Zeri pick, I think you're doing it wrong. And he's also like has this sheepish grin here, Atlas, where he's like, I don't want to do this necessarily, but it may be the option here for the scaling aspects of it.
Yeah, picking for the team fight, not necessarily picking for the Silas in particular. Of course, you do have a fair bit of control in the early game. Yep. I agree. Let's see what happens here as we hop onto the Rift for game number 2.
Oh.
Okay, Deft is just going to dash right into Vital. There's the exhaust like we saw earlier. Barrier comes through from Vital as well. A little bit cute there because, of course, now Canyon will spot him out as he gets over the wall with his own Q dash. As Showmaker now could be in trouble. Fiesta coming on in. We'll need to get a few of these auto attacks down as the minions do some work, but not enough. And Fiesta gets a solo kill first blood
on Showmaker.
In mid lane.
On Showmaker.
Took 2 turret shots there as we are going to have a look at this replay once again.
Yeah, we don't respect top lane trades. We talk about this replay here as Showmaker actually dashes through, takes a few extra autos here, and Fiesta sees the opportunity. He's level 3, a level down. And Showmaker using his cooldowns means he just can't trade back. Has to flash away. Fiesta still takes him down. And it's going to be hard for him to wipe that smirk off his face.
Yeah.
We saw Canyon with the vision control he had in the threat. Oh, never mind.
Oh dear. Bubble is going to connect there onto Vital. He has to flash, and Deft immediately flashes after, and there's the revenge from game number 1 as now Peter is able to float away. But that
Showmaker, I was going to talk about Showmaker's build for a second here.
Yeah, go.
He, we might talk about him for a different reason.
Well, Emperor's being divided right now as there's another one. Fiesta has slightly a better one as the arrow points towards Showmaker that was built on the ground. It was actually kind of cute. But ultimately, nothing needing to be used.
Yeah, that was a really nice reaction there from Fiesta. Holds it until the Sejuani comes in, knowing that Canyon doesn't have 6, so he's not going to be able to stun him after the wall goes up. Wasn't seen, so they just fortunately get a little bit caught out.
Yep, chains are going to come through here as Canyon going to deliver some much-needed money over to Showmaker. As Emperor's Divide is going to push Shelly back. Okay, let's see whether Fiesta can actually stop this charge from happening. There we go. There's the cease and desist. Emperor's Divide coming through from Showmaker, though, means that Sylvie takes so much damage. However, it's Canyon that goes down. And yes, they get the charge, but none of the money goes to Showmaker, and they'll pick up a kill. So nice work for Nongshim. But it's POG worthy.
It's POG worthy.
It absolutely is. Culling going to come through. Vital, he's going to need a lot of help, and Peter is going to soak the rest of it, and now both of them are going to have to go home.
He's halfway there, but doesn't need it, and now they're actually going to have the Lucian gank.
Yeah. Here's the Lucian gank, and the ult's going to be stolen there to create as much space as possible. Dundun trying to fight it out, but he's just not going to be able to do it here. 1v1 with the Lucian. Might actually be successful. He flashes, and there's the culling just to confirm it, but Dundun made it a little bit closer than it would have otherwise been.
Just going to play a little bit more utility. Like, he's like, I am a tanky Azir because I could steal Fiesta's ult and then be impossible to kill and set it up whichever way I want. And this game is about depth now. It's not about me. It's not about the 1-3-1 as much in this game state. It's about Fiora and a 1-4.
Well, he is going to dive on in here, looks for the Emperor's Divide, finds it onto 2. Sylvie, cease and desist into the backline, but I have a feeling he might need to take his own advice here as Deft is going to help lock down that kill. Vital getting some autos in, but that is just a dead jungler, and there is just no way out here for Sylvie. Just soaking damage over and over again here towards this bottom side. If at first you don't succeed, ebb and flow. Ebb and flow. Going to pick up the kill. Oh dear. We thought that he'd escaped, but then Deft flashed on it. They're going to be aware of everything. This time, Nongshim will be able to at least take down the vision on the Baron, but they're going to start it up. Canyon over here. It's going to be 100% face up, 50-50. But Fiesta has the ability to Emperor's Divide. Can he get the piggy out of the pit? Is going to be the question. The Glacial Prison comes forward. In goes Showmaker to find it. Emperor's Divide into 4 members. The secure of the Baron as well. Emperor's Divide from Fiesta is okay, but it's just nowhere near enough. And Showmaker sacrifices himself for the good of the colony. Fiesta's going to be taken down. Deft doesn't even need the double tap to make that one happen. And it's a triple kill for Canna in the end.
Yeah, this is basically game over now. There's not much you can do. Even a kill on a Canyon here is fairly insignificant. Removing a Baron buff would be nice.
Well, Deft is just going to come on forward and help Canyon take down Dun Dun.
Would have been nice.
It's going to happen. As Canna, yeah, back on his solo mission here. Look at this damage.
He's got a
the hull breaker. Yeah,
he's got a hull breaker now.
I didn't know that turrets were just upended boats, because apparently he's breaking the hulls of turrets, and I didn't know they had hulls. And Showmaker lying in wait, looking for that opportunity to hijack whatever he wants as he dives on forward. There's Fiesta dead, as Peter finds himself without anyone to attach to. Vital's going to come on over, so he does at least find a host, but it's just not going to quite be enough here, as Canna fighting against Dundun and the rest of Nongshim. And Showmaker tries to hit Canna with a Chain Lash. An interesting maneuver that you could make, as Inhibitor going to be ignored here as D+ Kia look to just win the game by the looks of things.
Yep, just letting these minions come through now to be the front line. And I mean, every time Canna touches these turrets, they the red part disappears. Watch this.
Oh my goodness, just lunging them down over and over. Canyon standing in that front line. Vital does throw down the ultimate. Let's see whether they can get themselves a kill, as Canna going down very, very low and is going to be secured. But D+ Kia, they can just shoot the Nexus if they would like to. They instead decide to back away. Kellen could be in trouble. Prowling Projectile is good. Double kill for the Zeri.
Yes,
we may need some certification here, Wolf, as Showmaker is going to have to give himself up. He goes golden in the nick of time, as Fiesta doesn't quite find the angle that he was looking for. That's another kill for Vital. And so they have a naked Nexus, but they may have a small amount of hope.
It's a naked Nexus against a Fiora who has TP coming back online. I think this game might end soon.
Yeah, Emperor's Divide is going to come through. The stopwatch going to come down as well. But that's not going to do anything. So Deft locks up the kill onto the Azir. Thought the Emperor's Divide might have been enough to keep him alive, but it wasn't.
4,000 gold nearly the advantage here in terms of items for Canna. It is.
And Deft as well. Very similar story. And that's largely, I mean, if we're going to bring this back to the overarching point, it's that D+ here, they can rely on a lot of different people to carry. Last time around, it was, you know, Showmaker and Canyon doing a heck of a lot of work, right? Like Canna there as well, having a great performance, but the bottom lane lags behind. This time around, it's Showmaker that's having a rough time, right? He was focused by Nongshim, but that doesn't matter either, because that allows Deft and Kellen to find those advantages, and they're the ones that now have almost an insurmountable lead.
The Silas in this game has just been, like I said, utility. He's an Azir ult, and he's a body. It almost feels like D+ Kiev won a 4v5 game, and all Vital.
Oh dear, Vital going to get caught out of position. He does manage to dash, so doesn't get caught by the Emperor's Divide, as Canna looking for that flank angle. He's dashing towards the Nexus, and they have to stop him because he can just win the game by himself. Showmaker going to go golden. Emperor's Divide doesn't find the value that they're looking for here, as Deft, I don't know what that was, but the game's over and D+ Kia win. But he did do, still, a heck of a lot of damage. Who did you give POG to?
I gave it to Deft. The Boom Boom was real. I think there was an argument for Canna in this game because his side laning was good. His laning was incredible as well.
Talia, not sure I'm a huge fan personally, but is going to be a way of trying to neutralize this matchup. Not a lot of permafrost value to be taken here from Canyon, but still will be Sejuani, who is just strong in her own right. And I guess Meganar exists. If they have to put out fires for the rest of the game. Let's hop onto the Rift here. Game 1 of the Saturday Showdown. To it, 71.9% win rate. Not too bad here for one of his most played champions.
Unsurprisingly, is look at that. That's a
even
not as close to as many games, but we'll take it. D+ also a team that obviously, although we haven't seen it and probably won't see it for the foreseeable future, Loves to flex this Talia pick. But what I love is... Ooh, hold up, Showmaker might be in trouble here.
Could certainly be. Canyon nowhere near
He knows.
towards his red buff, as you can see. Yeah.
We're going to look at these first objectives. Now that 6 spikes are being hit across the boards, as Kana.
Yeah, that's a gnaw and a wallop. Zeus taking a lot of damage here as he's going to have to ult to try and get out. Permafrost does a fair bit of work. Mini Gnar comes back in though as the Unbound Soul not going to be camped here by D plus Kia. Zeus holds on to his flash.
Down for Showmaker is still quite big as Canyon going in again.
Yeah, Gumushi still doesn't have his flashback available as there's the flash in from Canyon. I think this is going to be first blood and Deft picks it up on the Zeri. About the best news for D plus fans that you could get. But not too much to worry about. And still, 2 plates will go over to T1. All right, final chapter comes through. Faker gonna flash, but immediately the Glacial Prison comes in and Kellen picks up the second kill for D plus Kia, and they'll grab plates for it. The Rift Herald coming down as well. D plus Kia, the explosive early games that we've been seeing, apparently works on T1 as well. Would be pretty exciting. All right, that's an ultimate. Speaking of which, Deft gonna use one towards his bottom side. There's Gumushi in a lot of trouble with the culling. Fires entirely onto Kellen. Canyon now making his way over. They get the vision as Showmaker's going to come down as well. Ona over here trying to protect his bottom lane, but it's definitely a very defensive posture from T1. Def can skate over any of these walls, but of course, T1 will be able to hold on to this one. Oh man, it's feeling so incredibly intense right now.
T1 is pretty decent.
All right.
Oh boy.
Yeah, trying to get this fight working is in the meantime a fight towards that bottom side as well. Glacial Prison comes in and Canyon is thinking about just solo killing Ona. Showmaker comes around, and so it is going to be the Talia that grabs that one as now Faker's getting turned on. Another Permafrost, is it going to come in? The answer's no. Seismic Shove misses and Faker lives. As Def takes so much damage from that Conquering Sands. Once again, it is the Ludens to be picked up by Faker's Azir. He gets flicked back though, a lot of damage. He'll have to shift some sands to get out of there. Thankfully, the earth hadn't quite unraveled under his feet. He can use it defensively.
Another issue that I don't think D+ have a very clear answer to is up.
All right, Boomerang's going to come forward, and Zeus has to use a very defensive ultimate. Great vision, but still, kind of just holding this Naba in the position that he wants to. He can auto the Drake to get that into whichever order he wants, standing in the back of the pit just to spot whether Zeus is going to be lying in wait here. There's now T1 possibly going for that team fight. Cyclone's going to come through as Canna finds no one with the Gnar. Sejuani does lock down the Dragon, and Deft is now trying to get this team fight to work out. He dodges the ult from Zeus, but nobody else can get out of the way as Zeus is trying to fight it out. The Unbound Soul's going to draw him back, and D plus Kia lose 2, secure the Drake.
Rare moment of hesitation and a mistake there from D plus Kia. Kana as a sacrificial lamb for this Drake is fine.
That's the Baron, is it?
They are definitely going to try and start it up. I do think with Deft and Callan available, maybe we're going to see a possible attempt, but maybe it's just going to be Canyon. Vision is there. And T1's team fighting comes through for them again.
All right, so it's going to pop over the wall. I think Canyon now has word of what's going on here. Is the Baron's just going to be taken for free. D plus Kia not even going to try. And
here we are.
Like it's all done.
Lead's gone. Oh, what a game.
The entire gold lead just evaporated in one moment. Faker versus Deft here towards this bottom side, and Deft is just dead. I don't think there's much he can do about this one. He's going to see how much time he can buy, and it's not very much, guys. Wukong going to be able to take him down. Faker's going to go back home, get that health bar back. And T1, in like the flick of their fingers. Don't think that should be allowed.
Well, Deft has IE. That's something.
There is definitely that. Keria is not going to get hit by the Seismic Shove as Canyon secures his red buff. There's the Weaver's Wall to try and split off this fight. Ona moving towards that top side. Canyon avoids the tidal wave, but the bubble is going to connect. Final chapter coming in, but Canyon's still in a whole lot of trouble.
Can keep going for these type of plays. A lot of ultimates actually invested here to try and set it up. Owner almost gets taken down, but rest of his team, you can see all ultimates, like big team fighting ultimates, are still available here. And D+ can't go in. Baron has started up.
Speaking of that dance again, Chronicler, they are going to do it one more time. All right, there's the Steel Fade. What? Deft steals the Baron, and the Seismic Shove is extraordinary. Keria is going to go down as well, and now D plus Kia, they've turned the whole game on its head. Zeus, can he try to fight this?
The answer is absolutely not, and Canna's gonna pick that up. We need that in ultra slow-mo, because I have absolutely no idea what just happened.
That might be game!
What is going... Chronicler, I know this is a Saturday Showdown. I know that we knew this was gonna be hype, but I'm not ready for the pace, man!
Let's calm down. The health bars are low. But what if...
The Sejuani flank angle.
Oh my god.
That gets it in the end. Seismic
my
Shot
god.
Go wide as Canyon.
He managed to find Faker. The tidal wave comes in. Faker goes golden. It's not over just yet as Owner is trying to pick it up. Speaking of picking it up, the ultimate to come through from the Azir almost works, but he is going to go down now. Zeus has found his way in, but Deft is ripping them apart. The GA is now going to come down. Showmaker finds the flash, but not the seismic shove. And it's a double kill for the world champion AD carry. And D plus Kia here in game number 1 may have just done it. Chronicler, this is why I love the LCK. We get another one of these. We might get another 2 of these.
Please give me 2 more.
Oh
Maybe it's not even over yet.
Yeah, we might need a Baron. We might need to also pick up a soul.
Can they clear the wave here? That's the big question.
All right, I think D plus Kia are just going to look for the end. Faker, 15 seconds left to go, 30 on Zeus.
I don't think I have the time.
Canyon's pretty low. Gumayusi trying to get this one done, but it's not going to work. The final chapter is indeed the final one in this game, but not in this series. D plus Kia will take game 1. Most of the beginning of the game falling further and further behind until they just exploded into a winning position. For Showmaker here, but it's Akali that's picked up. Oh my goodness. Some of the most famous Showmaker plays were in fact on this Akali, fresh off a rework a few years ago. And Melee champions, you know, Showmaker, Chovy, definitely 2 players that absolutely love this. The Permafrost synergy also. Yeah, well, we'll see whether it's going to work this time around as well, or whether we get those 3 games. Let's do it.
That they... Oh, hold up.
Yeah, just going to walk straight in there. They knew as Carrier down to about 300. Kellen bopping and blocking, having a great time. And this early game working out real well as... Was that some spamming from Deft? Of course, Deft and Carrier, very good friends. And so probably... in pretty good faith here.
Really nicely done there. Both teams aware of where the wards were, so DK playing around vision and able to get a lot as Carrier just healing. Looking at what we have in terms of early game here, it is somewhat reminiscent, this Canyon. Say hello.
Showmaker just going to try and push Faker out of this lane, of course. The amount of control that Faker has is definitely very high. As Canyon doesn't make it over the wall. That was an interesting interaction there. As Showmaker just backflipped over just to see what was going on. Owner gets over the wall, doesn't find the Vault Breaker damage. As Permafrost, Winter's Wrath, Canyon absolutely fine right now. As Gumayusi dashing forward yet again. Deft gets the zoomies. Carrier going to have to deal with that prowling projectile damage. And just some biffo towards the bottom side. Nothing happening just yet. We'll see whether these junglers can change up how this lane is going to eventuate. 20. It was with Ghost as I'm going to have to hold the fort again. Deft has to use Barrier. Taken down extraordinarily low as Zeus brought under the turret. Canyon's back again. Let's see whether Arctic Assault's going to land. It is. It gets the flash this time. D plus Kia get a successful gank. Level 6 gained here by Canna, but now Deft and Kellen will be in a lot of trouble. Owner's moving down. D plus Kia, they know exactly what's going on here.
Showmaker's on his way.
Yeah.
He's running.
He's going to have to get here fast. The interruption on the back there from Zeus, who's now going to start the fight onto Canyon. Blast cones to get his way out. Going to eat some honey fruit, and this might be able to help him in the 1v1. Permafrost going to come through as there is the ult back. That was very weird. Don't know what happened really. We're going to continue the weirdness underneath this turret towards the bottom side. Gumayusi taking a lot of damage, but they're going to successfully get the dive off against the Zeri.
Oh, we're going to contest.
Yeah, Canyon, let's see whether he can survive this one. He does get in there, but Owner is going to lock that one down. Devi immediately goes down, though. It's a double kill for the Zeri, and Showmaker, the perfect execution's fantastic. Canyon limps away with his life intact, and it's a triple kill.
Oh, what were you saying about the bottom lane again?
Well, both bottom lane and top lane are a disaster, so never mind, I guess.
Wait, Canna got a solo kill in that? What?
Yeah. As I pointed out, Jackson to Cassante works if you get to the later stage of the game, but early on, Cassante is going to kind of dunk on you And key thing here is that Owner already gets taken so low, so this is a 3 versus 4 right from the get-go. T1 takes too much damage from the Baron.
In the meantime, in the mid lane, Owner is just going to kill Canyon, I guess. Now Keria is flashing on top, and it's a double kill. So Owner's redeemed as well. Back to you, Chronicler.
We are now looking a little bit closer in terms of T1's position, because obviously what happened was a disaster. Zeus probably just gonna... Oh, no, not even. Kana just flashing in proactively, recognizing that the Counter-Strike didn't get enough done, and then running Zeus down.
Cassante things.
Yeah, nicely done. He has a big lead, right? So already at that point a kill up, as then Canyon just drops a turret in mid, seemingly unaware of where Owner is, and Owner just comes in, Qs, and with that lower health bar, that is definitely a big risk. Keria also flashing to make sure he can get the speed up and or slow. I guess both, not and or.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit better as... Oh, Guma.
Yeah, I think that might be a dead Gumayushi. He's going to dash and try and get out of the way of this one, but the final chapter's there. It's a drive-by from Kellen, and now Keria is not going to be super safe, but Owner is in the area. Looks like D plus Kia are not going to overstay their welcome, even if it is a 3 versus 2. It's once again a bit of a battle between these top laners. Zeus still fighting and isn't behind by too much CS necessarily. Still a dire situation.
Up, I think he can run into some risks, but no, I was wrong. D plus are looking.
Yeah, they're looking at cake and eating it too, as it is going to be a Mountain Drake as well. That's going to be absolutely massive, honestly, for either side here. Yeah. But Cassante's licking his lips, looking at a potential Mountain Soul. Both teams capable of picking up 3 of those Drakes. During a topside meta where Noguri and Showmaker could have just the greatest time ever. Ghost was really good at playing utility, and that was really... Okay, never mind. I'm going to hold that thought as immediately the Nami just explodes. Keria turned into fish food here as the permafrost comes down. Owner in trouble as well. Showmaker collects that one. Perfect execution. Now going to be available as Canyon's diving on in. He wanted to tank that to see whether Showmaker could grab the kill, but instead he holds on to the ultimate, and they will just walk away with the 3 kills. I should start that story more often, so that we can just get action anytime we want. I'm trying to watch it as we see this, and then it was Showmaker holding off. Now we've got another battle in this mid lane. Let's see whether this outer turret stays alive. Is Cassante immediately going to go down? Canna just caught napping there a little bit. Now T1 looking to get Shirley another charge onto this inner turret.
Oh, never mind. I might have cursed them. I was thinking about giving Canyon praise, so that already... that's on me. As very important Draker, even individual Mountain Drake can make a big difference in how close these fights are.
Absolutely. You can see Canyon diving forward. Try and make this one work out. Showmaker standing guard as well, as there's the flash in! Canyon just doesn't want to waste any time. Keria now going to be able to flash away. Gets the tidal wave in, but doesn't find any joy. Showmaker ultimate now on cooldown. The D plus Kia, not a lot of buttons left to press. T1, I think, have managed to get control as Gumayushi diving towards Deft, who does dash over the wall. He'll be fine. But the Drake, not so much. And T1, they get what they're looking for. Oh, Canyon getting into this Baron pit. A Baron would certainly be a great way to win the game. And they're going to start it off. Okay, Owner in the area as we spoke about. They're going to try and get the teleport out from Zeus. He's hit level 16 on this Jax. He's absolutely huge, and T1 know exactly what's going on. No teleport to come forward just yet. But D+, they can tank this for an extraordinarily long time as the teleport is going to come forward. Zeus diving into the pit. The Glacial Prison goes completely wide, and Faker is traded for Canyon. The Baron secured by the Vi as they dive on top of this area and take her out. Showmaker, the next target to be taken down, and he's not going to be able to do anything here. Cassante falls, it's an ace, and T1 destroy D plus Kia.
And this time around, D plus don't find the turn. Canyon's ultimate doesn't hit anyone. And I was with you, Atlas. Them getting the teleport in of itself was a win. But D plus, I think maybe also recognizing that you gotta try and force T1 to make a mistake. Try and go for it anyway. Unable to do so, and game might not be over yet, but this is a lead of a different caliber than I think that we've seen thus far. Gonna be the inhibitor down, gonna be another inner here for T1.
Yeah, D plus Kia well and truly on the ropes. Still,
They have the ability to win team fights. That Infinity Edge that we were talking about is done. But no GA, none of these defensive tools that Deft will require as this game goes on, and already kind of taking so much damage on this Cassante. T1 looking to break open their next inhibitor in line, and this is the textbook way of winning the game. Just break down all the structures as Canyon dives on forward, looks for Zeus, but immediately he gets out of the CC. Now he just turns the battle onto the Sejuani. Deft going golden. I don't know whether it's going to be enough. Emphasis Revive doesn't do anything at all here as the Akali makes her way into the backline. Deft hiding back and does so beautifully. Gumayusi is now dead as Faker is fighting against Kana. Kana picks it up, finds the Q as well. As Zeus is in trouble, Showmaker backflipping on top of the Jax, and Carrier is just left to the wolves. T plus Kia, they do what I was just saying was impossible. Canyon going to get spotted out. Him alongside Deft are there as this Baron's getting taken down so quickly. They have to get in there. Gumayusi taken down relatively low. Canyon doesn't have ult though. As T1, they're going to teleport in. Showmaker finding himself some sort of flank. Doesn't get the backflip shuriken onto the Jax as now. T plus Kia gets some control of this pit. Canyon is extraordinarily low though. And Showmaker also sitting at half health does make it towards the Shroud as Canna. It's a big knockback. The Emperor's Divide this time is definitely a lot better. Deft is at full health though. Can he manage to get the kill? Counter-Strike is just too good. Deft trying to stay alive. The GA is going to put him down, and he's not going to want to wake up at exactly that area. Kellen goes down as well. T1, yet another team fight, and this one means the game.
And we are going to a game number 3, Atlas, as with that attempt from Cassante to try and salvage the fight, it looks close, but T1, decisive victory there.
As we move to separate sides of the rift, I have a feeling probably not going to be too much difference. I think it'll still be extremely close as Faker does the most damage in the game. Deft managing to get a fair bit done towards the end there, and you can see this time T1 held on to their lead from about 17 minutes. Is this T1 saying
I'm not going to get excited before we see the lock-in. So the D plus composition has a ton of priority in the mid lane, and they're going to need that to get Canyon.
What?
Okay, it's time for Carrier's Kalista support. He has been playing this. He has been looking for an opportunity to pull it out.
Oh my!
There
in
it is.
This series, really?
Yeah, he pulled out Caitlyn's support before.
He did.
He's
he
doing
definitely did. As, okay, Carrier support Draven. Carrier support Kalista. Not entirely sure which one it's going to be.
Wait.
Zeus is Jace. Oh my goodness. Let's get onto the rift. See what this is like.
Hopefully, for him, be able to cover what, or rather Canyon is going to look to cover as Owner is going to path towards bot side to try and look for aggressive plays on Deft and Kellen.
Well, Carrier just diving towards Kellen here as the axes are now going to start swinging forward, and yeah, this is an example of a real problematic situation. Oh, the Draven's not able to do it! Canyon, he knew he was there. Gumayusi knew he was dead, wanted to take Deft with him, and he's not going to be so lucky. So, what happens, Chronicler, when this lane falls behind?
Showmaker, another example, is going to be able to continuously play with Cryo here as Owner and make himself known.
Yeah, not going to get the flash out of Showmaker just yet. Faker, no Rift Walk available. Permafrost does come in. Showmaker desperately doesn't want to flash, and he doesn't. He's going to be able to go back home. But now, that health bar very low, doesn't have teleport. So was it worth it, I guess, is kind of the question that he's going to be asking. As here, towards this bottom side, Glitter flying forward. Deft trying his very best, and is actually ahead in CS at this moment in time. Owner's coming down though, and you can see the pressure starting to mount. Canyon already lying in wait. It's a great little whimsy onto Gumayusi, who goes down yet again. Owner now trying to tidy it up, but I don't know whether it's going to be enough. It's the flash forward from Deft. He is going to go down, and now Faker with Rift Walk in hand. He sees that blue buff, and he really wants it. He'll pick it up as well. Make it a triple kill for the king of the mid lane. T1. That is exactly what they needed.
Freed up Faker and...
Oh well, bit of a battle here towards the bottom side as the ult through from the Zeri does get knocked up as now Gumayusi is just fighting him. Can he actually win it? Oh! Gumayusi
locks it down. It's a double kill. And this is what we expected to be the entire lane for T1. It just happened a bit late.
Much of what you're going to be able to see. And I want to remind everyone is hold up.
Yep, Deft is going to skate in. Carrier taking so much damage, he's just dead. The Ornhorn was there just to celebrate. I think it was, yeah, I think that it was just a song that time around. Minion Wave on the top side being taken down here by Faker, as pretty impatient. Shirley will finally turn herself towards D plus Kia. Now 5 members stacked up. Zeus, like you were talking about, those shock blasts. They connect onto Showmaker as Faker looking for that flank angle. Canyon going to be the target now. Glacial Prison does come in. The rest of the buttons not quite being hit. Good knock up onto Gumayusi, but it doesn't really matter as Faker diving on in. He's very, very low as Deft gets over that wall. The shield bow helping him out. Now gonna have to back away because these shock blasts, man, possible to deal with. So they get a Herald, but at what cost?
Ooh, maybe catch Faker off guard here with a Realm Warp.
All right, well, Realm Warp is at least on cooldown for a couple of seconds. He uses it to turn immediately onto Showmaker. As with a broken stopwatch, maybe this is an opportunity. The Wild Growth comes in, Deft chasing after him. Can Faker get away is the question, and the answer's no. Deft picks up the kill as T1 will destroy their base in answer.
And it is still an incredibly favorable trade because, crucially, D+ can't turn this into a Baron. If you get Faker there and you see a Baron angle, Shirelias.
Yeah, okay. Deft's going to chase after Carrier. They do get the flash out as the Pierce was unavailable. 400 stacks for Gumayusi on this Draven. The Blue Blades, as Papa coined many moons ago. See whether the cash-in's going to happen. Faker on a beautiful flank. Canyon moving towards the Drake. Can they secure it is the question as Faker moves in. All right, here we go. The Ornhorn going to come through. It's going to get denied as now he tries to get back, but it's actually the Rend that locks down the Ocean Soul. But still, the Sejuani going to go down low. But look at the Kassadin damage. It is absurd. And this game, ladies and gentlemen, I think is just over. It's going to be the Quadra kill. There's just not a way to do anything about this, as Canyon's at least going to walk towards it, but he's just not going to get there in time. The Sejuani locks it down really nicely, and now the fight is on. Canna in so much trouble, tries to get himself out, does, at least for the moment. Can he get some knockups? The answer's yes, but does it matter? The answer's absolutely not. As Shock Blast to come through, Canyon trying to dash his way out. Faker has about 1 trillion dashes available to himself. The Ornn goes down first, is now Deft, trying to get damage where he can. But Jace has already managed to take down yet another target. Deft is just being forgotten as he pushes down this lane. T1, they are turning towards the one open avenue to a game victory. And you like to see it. Eyes on the prize as Canyon just chased all the way to his fountain. He may not even be able to do that. As now Deft is bearing down the wrong direction here towards T1, who are just taking all of his stuff. Oh, Showmaker just thrown into the blender. Speaking of which, Gumayusi now under the turret. He's going to die, but so is Deft. And the game is now done. T1 will wrap it up 2-1.
And he finishes the fight at full health as well. Oh my goodness, it was just an absolute demolition from T1 as we listen. They finish off this game. Yeah. I'm down. Carrier yelling to go bot lane that entire time. Taking the front line, says Ona. And skill rise. And then Carrier's just calling for tower over and over again. Gumayusi is, as you can see, ignoring him entirely, but he wanted to get that kill. And it's a very happy Gumayusi in the end. And everyone just congratulating one another. You did a great job, and they absolutely did. Faker, 23,000 damage on this Kassadin. Oh my goodness. What, like, look at that draft. That is a silly draft, Chronicler. And it worked real well.
Yeah, if you get that in solo queue, you're looking at a dodge. You know, you're eyeing, you're like, oh, have I ever already dodged today?
Yeah, it's like, who has like heal cleanse?
Who hasn't dodged yet, guys? Come on. Who's taken one for the team? And we joke, but it really showcases again